Tetar lo lingo yesu teba mugu tesono trawa setido sheju kechimure.
So in this way, carrying through the supplication prayer to the Guru with the one's single-pointed mind, devotion and inclination with one's body, speech, mind.
Arajungi jela yebi devar hivyo sanje tangiji yate tido zoba tegono trawa chidongile jela yene yeyimba jires.
So the Buddha nature which is within oneself from the beginningless time, which is the condensed nature of all the qualities of all the Buddhas without any degrees and increasing in its quality.
Yenayo zunzin ngaron dadun zimba zunzin ki chiwa ki tine tinyamumak.
But still, it is obscured because of that the subject and object dualistic obscuration through which that give rise to all this afflicted mind. Because of that, one could not give rise to the one's own true nature as the Buddha nature. For instance, like in the space, even though there is the sunshine, but when it is obscured by the cloud, we cannot just really see the sun. And any moment when the clouds are just disappeared, then the sun is just clear there. So for that purpose, to clear out all this obstacle and to actualize with one true nature, then carry through this practice of the Guru Yoga, and then at the end where one just mingled with the just true nature of the Guru, in that way as one carry through practice, then one day one would have those realization. So if it is not bound by the dualistic thoughts and then the self-attachment, and when there is no more afflicted mind, then naturally that true nature arises. So that is why in our everyday lifetime, that not to just not being controlled by self-attachment and then the grasping over dualistic existence, and not being just following the afflicted mind to carry through practice, that is very important. So, of course, as an ordinary mind, that these thoughts would just really arise, and also we could perceive all different kinds of things, but if we don't follow after it, then it still is okay. So whatever that the appearances that within the lifetime, if we don't have that grasping or clinging over it, try to just relax in its nature, then still it is not getting afflicted.
Melano in under Dramanda Yabo, Dubo, Dramanda Momo, Chakis.
So as one carry through all this Dharma practice, or just any time, even during our just sleep time, dreams, of course there are all sorts of good things or bad things may just experience or arise.
So not tendency not on the Yabona Shawuna Gagres.
So normally that when any kind of just a positive thought arises, then we feel excited. And then if we have a just kind of bad experience or bad dreams, then we just get depressed. So those all are still just kind of it's a bondage. So whether oneself is bound or bind by the positive thought or negative thought, still it is a bondage. So whether oneself is bind by any kind of ordinary ropes or by a golden chain, still the bondage is just same. So that the material, the rope, that may be just good or bad, but the actual action, the actual bondage itself, there is no difference. And the moment when we are just bind by these bondages, then one cannot develop one's signs of the path. So out of there are 4 demons or maras. Among them, it is that the distracted mind of the god devil, that is one of them. And whether it is just monks or lamas or whoever practitioners, that mostly oneself got deceived by all this distraction. For instance, once that carry through practice, and then there happen certain kind of signs of just appearing rainbows, or like having the vision of the deities or perception of the deities, then one feel like, oh, just I'm accomplishing with my path practice, and in that way it give rise to pride and also the attachment. So similar like that, even in the dreams, that one may have a very good dreams, that in all these kind of beautiful places, gardens, or just going to Buddha fields and so forth, then one feels so excited. So as we are just worldly people, of course that excitement or joy that naturally have that kind of emotion. So when any sort of these experiences happen, then if oneself attached to it or just grasping with this dualistic concept, then it is becoming kind of bondage. And it is same like that oneself is bind by that golden chain. So anything, whatever kind of good experience just happens, then just give rise to devotion and inclination, and then try to abide in the meditation of emptiness. That is important. And in that way, if one just follows, then one's experiences and realizations will develop, and then that one could give rise to all these positive qualities. So anyhow, that the moment we have this dualistic concept of the subject and object, where we are just confused with it, then that itself is the obstruction that which does not allow us to give rise to these qualities. So anytime just give rise to devotion, inclination, without any hesitation, and whatever sorts of good or bad thoughts may just arise, one may not to attach to it or not to grasp over it, and then try to sit into the meditation of emptiness. For example, like in our worldly activities, such as like a business or anything, that then have all these kind of plans and schedules, and then according to that put so much effort into it. When it works, then we feel kind of happy and so forth. These are things are happening. So in a way that as we carry through the actual spiritual practice, such as like that one knows how to carry through the practice of meditational deities, or one also need to have the understanding of the completion stage, and then whatever that it is instructed, according to that one just try to carry through that practice. Other than that, not necessarily one have to give rise to all these kind of different these conceptual thoughts. So as one do this practice, that whatever that appearance of meditational deities or Guru Pamasambhava, whether it is real or vision or in a dream, that one just have devotion and inclination, and one should not just grasp or cling over it. And also that when we have some good practice or some experiences, then just not give rise to pride, just thinking, oh, I have very good to practice, that not to just cling over it. So when there is a grasping or clinging, then it does not develop. So that as it is just live in its kind of natural way, and then just have the devotion and inclination, and then maintain the practice, that will just develop. So mainly the practice where we need to really concentrate is how we can get rid of the grasping and the clinging and the self-attachment, how we can just really abandon that.
Oh yeah, that didn't do
So now this today is the Dagini's day, so we have this Dagini talk practice, and then of course there is Salung. Then we will see whatever it happens. So today just it is because of Dagini, just Dagini day. Maybe the Daginis also need more sock offering.